It's easy to assume that a person's financial success, or lack thereof, is directly related to their drive and motivation. However, there are many other factors at play that can influence a person's financial success or failure, including the habits they form. This video explores 5 poor habits that can lead people down a path of financial uncertainty and poverty. By understanding these habits, we can help people break free from the cycle of poverty and make better decisions for their future. Gambling. Gambling can be a dangerous activity, and it is important to be aware of the potential risks before engaging in it. People often believe that gambling is a way to get rich quickly, but this is rarely the case. On the contrary, gambling more likely leads to debt and other financial problems. To prevent this from happening, we must understand what poor people tend to do when it comes to gambling. They take too much risk, they chase losses, they have unrealistic expectations, they don't manage their money wisely, and they rely on luck alone. People who take too much risk are more likely to experience losses. It can be hard for them to admit when they have lost money and often beg for more chances to win. They also tend to blame their luck, even when it is clear that luck played a big role in the outcome of the game. Some people chase losses, trying desperately for one last chance at winning it back. This can lead them into dangerous situations, and some people have even died from overdosing on drugs or alcohol while chasing losses at casinos or racetracks. It's important for them to understand where they stand financially and how much money they have left from each bet. Eating an unhealthy diet. Eating an unhealthy diet is one of the many poor habits that poor people do in order to get ahead financially. The truth is, this habit will only lead to long-term health issues and financial hardship. Eating an unhealthy diet can lower your energy levels, impact your mood, and cause a number of serious health conditions such as obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and more. Additionally, it will also make you more prone to making bad financial decisions, which could lead to further poverty. Therefore, it is important to understand that eating an unhealthy diet can have serious repercussions on both your physical and mental well-being. The main issue with eating an unhealthy diet is that it can cause chronic health issues. These health conditions can be incredibly difficult to live with and require many expensive treatments. This causes a spiral of debt that is difficult for poor people to get out of because they don't have the resources or access to the care they need. This leads us to the next point, which is how bad habits like this will affect your future financial situation. Poor people often tend to eat a diet that does not include healthy sources of food such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains in order to save money on their grocery bill. They will then eat more processed foods such as chips, soda, and fast food that are high in sugar and sodium. This can lead to health complications down the line, including cardiovascular disease and diabetes. The second issue with eating an unhealthy diet is that it creates a negative cycle. Poor people tend to eat processed foods that are high in sugar, salt, and fat because they are cheap. This leads them to crave more of these types of food, which makes them even more unhealthy and can lead to an increased dependence on fast food restaurants. This dependence can lead them to lose jobs due to their health condition and become homeless because they cannot afford the rent without working. On the other hand, eating healthy allows you to live a longer life with fewer physical and mental health problems like heart disease and diabetes. The cost of a healthy diet is also much cheaper than an unhealthy one. Everyone can afford to eat a healthy diet. Drinking too much alcohol. Drinking too much alcohol can have a devastating effect on your financial security. Poor money habits and decisions due to drinking too much alcohol can lead to debt and poverty. It is important to be aware that excessive alcohol consumption can cost you more than just money. It can cost you your health, relationships, and even your life. Therefore, avoiding too much alcohol consumption is critical if you want to be successful in achieving financial freedom. The consequences of excessive alcohol consumption are well known. Alcohol is the most commonly abused drug in the world, and many people end up going bankrupt due to excessive drinking. The following list provides some of the repercussions that can result from excessive alcohol consumption. Alcoholism can lead to family and financial struggles, physical illness, and/or death. Drinking too much alcohol is risky as it increases the chances of suffering a substance abuse problem further down the line, as it often causes people to forget about their responsibilities or neglect them altogether. Alcohol abuse has been shown to shorten lifespans by around 10 years of premature death, as well as cause permanent damage to cells and can lead to liver cirrhosis. Alcohol abuse is also responsible for 75% of automobile crashes. Some people might not be aware that drinking too much alcohol can lead to various issues, including a stroke or heart attack. Excessive drinking can also increase the risk of contracting certain cancers, such as breast cancer in women or esophageal cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and high blood pressure and/or diabetes. A person with an alcohol problem might show more negative behaviors such as mood swings, irritability, sleeping problems, anger outbursts, and reckless behavior. People who develop poor habits of drinking too much will eventually find themselves in a situation where they are spending more money on alcohol than they can afford. This leads to less money being available for other important expenses such as rent, food, and transportation. Not only does this lead to increased financial instability, but it can also lead to further problems such as debt and even homelessness. It is important for people to recognize the detrimental effects that excessive drinking can have on their finances and make sure that they develop better habits when it comes to alcohol consumption. Hanging out with toxic people. Staying around people with bad financial habits can be detrimental to your financial well-being. It can lead to you making poor decisions and getting yourself into debt. Hanging out with toxic people can make it difficult for you to focus on your goals and achieve financial success. It is important to recognize when people are influencing you negatively and take steps to protect your finances from their bad habits. Identify your toxic friends and keep them at arm's length. If they are not value-based, don't be afraid to cut the cord. Toxic people can drain your confidence and make it hard for you to excel in life, so it is good that you are aware of their negative impact on you. You should avoid these friends, as they have the potential to harm your financial well-being in a variety of ways. Watching too much TV. Watching too much TV can be a financial drain for many people. It not only takes away your time, but also costs money both in terms of subscription fees and the purchase of new TVs or accessories. Additionally, it can divert you from other activities that could help you make more money, such as starting a business or building skills to command higher salaries. That's why it's important to use your time wisely and make better financial choices when it comes to TV consumption. Regularly scheduled cable TV is pretty expensive. But you can cut the cost by switching to cheaper, but still high-quality streaming services like Netflix or Hulu. If you don't want to pay for cable at all, using an antenna and/or OTA, over-the-air channels can help save money. If your goal with TV is to watch more movies or shows, you may want to consider whether it's worth spending $600 on one 4K Ultra HD TV when you could instead invest that money in a quality streaming service and have access to the same selection of content with a much smaller upfront cost. But when it comes to watching TV, it naturally comes down to wasting a lot of time compared to wasting money. Because time is by far the greatest asset we have. Thank you for watching.